Hello, everybody. The Night Marine. Uh, Today, I figured I would do sort of like a little story time content, I guess. Um, and I figured I'd just do it over some uh, PC building simulator. It's kind of easy to talk over, hang out. I'm going to open my drink here really quick because I need a little bit of a pick me up, if you know what I mean, for what I am going to talk about. Oh, nothing rocks harder than a nice alcoholic monster. So I touched on this in my boogie video. The fact that the whole reason I made that video anyway, mainly for the fact that I kind of was affected by it in a way. And, when I say I was affected by it, I don't mean like he scammed me personally or anything like that. I say I was affected by it mainly for the fact that I had to look at this man, research the name of people with or dealing with or even people that had cancer in the past. And for me, I hate it. I really hate it because as somebody myself, and I'll get into my experiences and my struggles, I guess, with it, and kind of more on the reason of my name and stuff like that shortly. But the biggest thing about it is just I want to help people that are going through it. It's not a fun thing to experience, as I've experienced it myself, and it was absolute hell. And in my own just brain, I guess, I literally just almost wanted to fucking lose my mind. I'm not going to lie to you. I wanted to, and part of my problem, I guess, right now is I don't have the ability to show emotion towards what was going on and stuff. And I understand, it's hard to watch a video like that without knowing what's really going on. So, like I said, I am going to explain a little bit more what the problem with it is. So when I was about 8 years old or so, I started to get very sick. And obviously, people get sick all the time. It happens. This is a different kind of sick, though. Numerous doctor appointments, going through testing, stuff like that. I was getting my lungs emptied, because they at first really just thought that I had a form of pneumonia. And pneumonia is not fun no matter what anyway, but it also kind of, I guess you could say, comes into the territory of just running into problems with what the medical field was at that time, where it was mainly just like, alright, we're not going to assume anything, we're going to wait and see if they get worse. And that's kind of what I had to go through at the time, was just, we're gonna watch you, we're gonna give you a ton of medicine and stuff, and we're gonna see if any of it works. Excuse me. And it didn't, obviously. I ended up having what would be known as non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, What the fuck? What? I am so fucking confused. Hold on. What the fuck? Okay, I was gonna say, why aren't you letting me thing? I was so confused. Okay. Anyway, back to topic. So, like I said, I went through hell. And it wasn't fun. A lot of, not knowing what's going on. When you're, 9.5, 10 years old, you're getting told you basically need to live in a hospital. You kind of just don't know what to do. You kind of really, in my experience anyway, I basically sat there and I was just like, well, why can't I go to school? Why am I stuck here? I'm confused. And, it's stuff like that where you run into problems of what do you tell a child when it's like, well, no, you can't leave. Like, you are stuck here. You have to stay and wait. And from what I remember, I really just kind of shut down a lot. I didn't know what to do. Really all I could do was just sit there and wait. And stuff like that is where you kind of just look at a child and you're like, yeah, that sucks. I mean, what do you want us to do? Like, it hurts, you know what I mean? And looking back on it, where it was like, we're sorry, but for right now we can't do anything but continue testing and continue monitoring you to see what happens. And the biggest reason they found that it was non-Hodgkin's lymphoma was at the time my pediatrician learned that I could snap. I literally just learned how to snap my fingers, and I was excited, and I was having fun in the office while she did whatever she needed to and stuff like that. And it was whatever. In her words, though, the next week, she said I was a completely different child. She didn't recognize me, and she was afraid that I may have I may have gotten, or I may have developed a brain tumor that finally hit a part where it's now actually doing damage, and that's scary, for anybody to hear. Obviously I was too young to kind of think about it at that time, but looking back at it, it's scary to say the least. The fact that it's like, yeah, that could have gone a lot worse in reality. It's fucking terrifying. Luckily that wasn't what it was. However, it was arguably, I guess, just as bad. They did a full body scan on me, which would later tell them that there is a mass, as they had put, was the size of my heart, pushing down on my bronchial tube at the time, and that was what was causing my difficulty breathing and stuff when I was trying to sleep. And no brain tumor, but there was a very large tumor obviously causing problems. You know, it shouldn't be there. And they couldn't remove it. It was way too big, and it was way too close to my heart. It would have caused more problems than would be beneficial, obviously, if they tried to remove it. So they had decided to do aggressive chemo. Within that time, though, before all that, I also had a lump on my neck that nobody could figure out what it was. And hindsight being, it was a telltale sign that there was a form of lymphoma in my body, as it ended up being swollen lymph nodes in my chest that were obviously causing problems. Or not in my chest, swollen lymph nodes on my neck, excuse me, that would obviously not be good. So again, hindsight, not a good sign, but it's a good thing that they had found it. But again, things happen, as I like to think. Things happen for a reason too. It is one of those things that it happened. You know, it's not something I can wish away or get rid of. But the whole thing behind that is that's one of the main reasons I felt the need to do all that with the boogie thing, because I want my platform to be a way of giving back to, you know, Make-A-Wish, because they did give me a wish when I was a kid, and try and help out, you know, the Cancer Institute I went to. I would love to try and get donations out to them, as well as any other good childhood cancer foundation or organization to help give back for what I got, because I'm lucky to be here. I recognize that now, being an adult and living through all the trials that and tribulations that a lot of the kids that I saw in the hospital and stuff like that went through and most likely didn't make it. And I also figure this platform, you know, when I finally start live streaming and stuff, it could be a way of helping me get some of my, you know, thoughts out and stuff like that, as I watch some of these kids just not ever go back to the Institute, and they celebrate when you get out. So it's, you know, it's a double-edged sword for them, because, yeah, we're going to show you these kids that are making it through, but if you don't see a kid making it through, there's only one other way that it could have gone. Either they got worse, or they just aren't there anymore. And thinking about that stuff is just, it's kind of, looking back on it, you know, being an ignorant child, I guess, just trying to do what he wanted to do, I never noticed it at the time. But, you know, again, like I said, these things just, they happen for a reason. Yes, this video is going to be a little bit longer. Again, this is like a story time. I figure, I want to build this channel, so I want to be upfront, honest, try and get, you know, like I said, a following to help spread awareness to, you know, childhood cancer and stuff. And if that means I have to pour out my guts of everything I went through, I'm fine with that, because I don't mind talking about what I went through. I really don't. I always thought about becoming a counselor and stuff, but I can't, because I I'm a little too honest for things and stuff like that. So I run into that issue where it's like I want to be a counselor and stuff, and maybe in the future I might be able to tone down the, seriousness and stuff that I have, but for right now it's not a possibility for the time being. So for right now, this is I hate to say it, the best that I can do. And again, hopefully in the future I can, start sending out money and stuff to help spread awareness to this kind of stuff and help get better research and things to what? Oh, that's right. You need a 2 terabyte in this fucking thing. God damn it. Sorry. It just turns into one of those things where it's like, ah, you fuck. But yeah, it kind of turns into one of these things where it's just like, obviously I tried my hardest to do what I needed to do and stuff like that, and if it sort of helps out and teaches people how to care for themselves and how to get your checks and stuff like that. Don't let it go. It's not a good idea. It's not worth it. So just, if you need to go to the hospital or something, or you don't feel right, or something's wrong, get yourself looked at and stuff. It's not something that's worth giving up on or not paying attention to. It really isn't. It's something that you really should get looked at, or make sure everything is in order, because it's something that, thanks to finding it as soon as we did, I was lucky enough to get the help that I needed and stuff. And if we didn't catch it in time, it could have gone vastly different. But luckily some things fell into place and we were able to catch it. But yeah, I mean, what else is there really to say? I mean, I had a lump on my neck. It was like the size of a golf ball or so. They had to biopsy that. What else? The tumor in my chest, they ended up shrinking with chemo. What else is there? I went through extensive chemotherapy, I guess. I should elaborate on that some. There were a lot, and I mean a lot of problems with the chemo, especially with it being so aggressive. It really didn't help at all, I can tell you that. But these things happen. That's just how things are, But like I said, these things happen for a reason, I like to think. If me going through the things that I did, so be it. It's not, I'm not going to pretend, it didn't happen or anything like that. But I guess next I'll get on with the name. The Denied Marine just came from the idea of one of the things I always wanted to do when I got cured of everything and I was healthy and stuff. One of the issues I ran into was because of cancer, most branches won't let you in. So at the time I did want to be a Marine and stuff like that. Unfortunately, they told me no. And then I was like, alright, well, I guess I could try, like, the Army. Why not? It's they're pretty similar, so why not? They also told me no. And I slowly worked my way down the list, and slowly I realized it's not, it's because of such an abnormal thing that they won't let me join, and it hurts a lot, to be honest, when you get told, like, no, you just cannot do this, like, you're not allowed. It's kind of gross, if you ask me. And I will be honest, I fucking hated it. It was the one thing I always wanted to do. And sure enough, I pretty much just get the shit end of the stick, I guess, and got told no by everything. So it hurt a lot. And luckily, apparently they recently changed that ruling, so I've been in the process of going through all the medical, working on joining at this point, because it's something I always wanted to do, so I'm going to do it, you know what I mean? It's something that I have always wanted to do, and just I can't give up that idea. So yeah, I hopefully will be going through all that stuff soon. Obviously it's gonna be a little while. The other thing is obviously in that time I will not be making any content. It's kind of one of the reasons I want to try and get everything set up, ready to go, so that when I have extra time and I have more ability to sort of actually like have some production value, I can and I will. So obviously when I finally get settled, stuff like that, I will be getting some new equipment and stuff, upgrading my stuff so that I can give you guys a better viewing experience and stuff, so that when I am, making all this content and stuff, it's not just me, trying to use the bare minimum to do anything. I want to actually give you guys something worth watching, so that I have the ability to possibly help, like, foundations and stuff. So for right now, obviously this is the best I can do. So if you guys could stick with me, it'd be great. I will be, when I do move and settle and stuff like that, I will be trying to do charity streams and stuff, because again, I want this to be a platform for people that struggled or are struggling with similar to what I went through. I don't I hate the idea that other children are dealing with this. I really do. But that's pretty much my story, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have questions and stuff, don't hesitate to comment, ask me. I have a Twitter. I'll link it if you guys want to DM me. Ask questions. Like I said in my boogie thing, I want you guys to question me. Like, make sure I'm telling the truth. And I'm going to tell you this now. I can prove what I need to. The whole reason the boogie thing bugged me is he wouldn't prove anything. And if you guys aren't aware, it's come out that he did pretty much lie. He isn't proven to have cancer, which despicable in itself that you'd lie about such a thing, and he's still clinging on to the fact that he might, and it's a big might. And I'm just going to come out here now and say it. What he has is a thickness of the blood that can be so many things. Medically speaking, the thickness of blood could be, in reality, your diet. Your diet plays a huge role in what your blood does. It's a big thing. So, looking back on what he was talking about and how, and looking up what that is, it's literally just the thickness of your blood, because your body is overproducing blood. That doesn't mean you have cancer. It doesn't mean shit, to be honest. So it baffles my mind that, if you're going to do something like this, and it's the same thing, and I'm not saying do this, but if these people really want to try and pretend to be this, or to, steal valor, or pretend to have cancer to make money and stuff like this, do research, at least. Like, do something. I mean, he's so lazy in the fact that he wouldn't take money to prove anything, as much as writing up your own medical document just to claim money. Why not? I mean, if you're hurting so bad for money, why wouldn't you just come out and do it? You're talking about $80,000. Going through what I went through with cancer and stuff, that's a good chunk of a payment. I'm not going to lie to you. That $10,000 that he took from people does not pay anything. That might pay your food and your stay there at the hospital. That's not paying for any treatments. I could tell you that right now. But I had said my channel's not going to be about all this, so again, thank you guys for listening to my story and stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe on it. Let me know if this is something you guys want to hear more about, like some stories and stuff that I have and stuff like that. I can go into more in-depth detail, and I can help teach you guys about what it's like and how to help. But thank you guys so much. Bye.